Is leading a jobs march through the Joburg CBD today. The march started at the Westgate Transport Hub on the corner of Anderson Street and Mbatha Busway. The DA says South Africans are bearing the brunt of a leaderless economy in which unemployment is growing daily. It says that since 2009, close to 2 million South Africans have joined the ranks of the jobless. According to the last unemployment figures from Stats SA, 15.8 million people were unemployed in the third quarter of 2015. 5.4 million are unemployed and nearly 14.9 million were not economically active. Well, let's get an update now on the march. Our reporter Aldrin Sampier is there. He joins us live. Aldrin, good to talk to you again. So it's a sea of blue shirts. The DA clearly has support for this march. What are they hoping the outcome will be?
Well, indeed, Natasha, the DA certainly has support for this march. If you just consider how the CBD has been painted blue with thousands of DA members and supporters marching through the CBD. And as we were standing right here, as I said earlier on, we're just a few meters away from the ANC headquarters. But we also have to mention that security detail is on high alert as the DA members are gathered right here in the CBD. Right now, we have the leader of the DA, Mmusi Maimane, who's delivering the keynote address. But at this moment, I'm joined by the mayoral candidate for the DA, Herman Mashaba, who caused some controversy when he was elected the mayoral candidate for the DA. Herman, this is an opportunity for you to come clear. What's your stance on BEE?
Well, I think I did not really cause any controversy whatsoever. Our opponents out there are the ones who went out and twisted what I said, and I repeat it right now. Us as a DA will support any policy that is going to really address the ills of the past. Redress is one of our key priorities, but we want redress that is going to really touch the lives of millions of our people in our communities. We are not prepared to support policies that actually divide us along racial lines. We don't really support policies that are used by the current government to really buy political patronage. We want South Africans in Alexander, in Soweto. Those are the people that we believe must actually benefit from the redress, because we've been running these policies for the last whatever years. Have the people of Alexander and Soweto benefited from this? What I'm saying is we want NSDA, we support policies to ensure that people of Alexander, Deep Sloot and all these places are the ones that are going to benefit, not the ones who are politically connected.
Don't you think that's a bit contradictory? You say that you're not saying let's scrap the BEE, but then again you say we don't want policies that divide us according to racial lines. It's called BEE, the Black Economic Empowerment.
I think it depends what you really want to call it. But at the end of the day, you can really run programs where actually you really address the ills of the past without actually going out there dividing the nation along the racial lines. What you do, encourage South Africans to really be one united nations. Our economy today is shedding jobs on a daily basis. We sit with one of the highest unemployment rates in the world. We need the international community to come and invest in this country. We need businesses in this country to invest in our cities. We need businesses, small businesses. You know, yesterday I spent time in Soweto. Business people who used to operate before apartheid, they completely ignored. I'm saying these are the people who should really be the beneficiaries of these programs, whatever you want to really call it. But I can assure you, us as a DA, we're not going to support policies that are actually used to buy political patronage.
One of those policies that the DA is against is the employment equity in its current form. You say that that should not be a policy that stands.
Well,
how do you think we're going to get black people on top managerial posts as well?
Well, without any doubt, if you really look at the DA policies, which obviously we don't really have the time to really address right now. The biggest challenge you sit with this country is because the economy is shrinking. With the economy shrinking as it is, without any doubt, we're going to have less opportunities. And that's why South Africans are fighting and pitting against each other, because of the cake is fast evaporating in front of us. And now we have a government that is actually determined to really use racist policies, actually divide us along racial lines. But fortunately enough, you know what? South Africans are not stupid enough. They've realized this, and really South Africans are ready for change, and the DA is ready to really govern. And I believe very strongly people of Johannesburg are going to give us the mandate to revive the city, to really be the engine of economy of this country. And we're ready for that. Come day of election, South Africans, we know this economy is going to be taken by the DA, and we will ensure that our people get business opportunities. One, people of Alexander, that Wynberg area that used to really create employment for our people, completely destroyed. We want those businesses in Alexander to really strive without really being compromised by a government that is compromised because of the relationship with labor. What we want as a DA, we will be totally free of labor influence. We will pass policies and support policies that are going to be equitable to majority of South Africans.
Well, just quickly before I let you go, if all the DA takes over power and it inherits this economy, it will also inherit the Tax Amendment Act in its current form. And we know it's a controversial issue between the ANC as well as Labour. And you're saying that you will not be controlled by Labour. What's the DA's stance on the Tax Amendment Act?
Actually, for me, it's actually quite unfortunate. I've been saying to my colleagues the whole week that it's unfortunate that ANC does not really have confidence in our people. You can imagine someone works as a teacher for 40 years, when they must retire and actually enjoy the fruits of their hard work. ANC says you're not responsible enough. Therefore, we will control your money. And what we'll do in the meantime, they're destroying the economy. Look at the statement made by the president a few weeks ago when he fired the Minister of Finance. You know, our poor people, the working class, if they can just really be aware of how much damage Zuma caused. And what they want to do, they will keep on eroding their pensions. I believe very strongly that for the DA, we will never accept such, because we believe our people are responsible enough to really be able to really look after their money.
Well, thank you, Mr. Mashaba. That's Herman Mashaba, the Johannesburg mayoral candidate for the DA. He has prospects and he has hopes that he will be taking over the city of Johannesburg. And as we've just discussed, the Tax Amendment Act obviously remaining a controversial issue. It's back to you, Natasha, back in studio.
Thank you very much. Aldrin Sampier live from the Johannesburg CBD at the DA Jobs March.